What's going on, guys? So after 10 days of playing Stalker 2, I've decided to drop a review of my overall impressions of this game and whether I think you should buy it. To quite quickly cut to the chase, I would suggest not buying this game for months yet. With every patch, they seem to have made the game worse. For me personally, on my system, just for full disclosure, I am on an R7 7800 X3D CPU with a 3080 graphics card. It's not a bad setup. I've got 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5 obviously, and an NVMe. A top Samsung NVMe, so my system is not bad. With the first iteration of the game, it ran fine, it was smooth. Frame gen was causing it to crash, but playing it without frame gen didn't make any difference. They then introduced patch 101, which didn't seem to have too much of a negative performance impact at all for me, and then patch 102 came out and has absolutely destroyed this game for me. My frames are now dead unless I use frame gen going into towns and cities. I have now had getting close to 10 to 12 hours of gameplay just simply deleted by the game. We're talking manual saves and auto saves. I have physically gone into the game, saving it every 3 minutes for the space of about 5 hours just to be sure, and then the game just goes nope and reverts to yesterday's saves. I'm not sure if this is a Game Pass problem or if this is just a base game problem or what, but either way it's not being addressed, and I think you'll agree saving a game is a fundamental feature of a video game that I'm going to need, especially in a game like this where deaths are frequent. I've just trying to record content in the last 2 days, I've had all my saves deleted more than once, and it's beyond a fucking joke now, and I'm sorry to swear, but I've had enough. A save game feature should be a very basic feature that actually works in the game. If you cannot make a game work, do not release it. And I understand the devs have been through a lot of crap trying to get this game out, and I appreciate them for that, but they should not have released this game, and they should not have released this as a working 1.0 title. This is an early access title that is being called a full release, and it's quite simply not good enough. From what I've learned about previous Stalker franchises, the game is bare bones compared to what it should be, and it's taken a long time, but feels like the release date has been rushed. And I would imagine Microsoft have pushed that. To be honest with you, I would imagine they have pushed it because they want a banging exclusive on Xbox, and guess what? It's a game that's taken me from loving it from day one to almost fucking hating it within 10 days, just because of how shit the game is on a fundamental level when it comes to actually working. The atmosphere is beautiful, the way the game has drawn me in. I fell in love with it within an hour or two of playing it, but the immersion breaking, having to manually save and then them being deleted, no, not good enough. The immersion breaking of constantly getting exception crashes and compiling shaders. Why the hell does it compile shaders every time I boot the game, especially when I'm now getting fatal errors with the compiling of shaders? There's a mod out there that stops it happening, so it leads me to believe it doesn't need to be compiled every time the game boots. I don't know, I'm not a game dev, it's just my 2 cents from what I'm working out, but at this point in time, guys, I think I have to stop playing Stalker 2 because I am fucking sick to death of losing my progress. More than anything, out of all the bugs, I can handle all of them, I can handle the crashes, but actually just manually destroying my saves, the game is going out of its way to wipe data that it has already written, to revert it back to something that I did yesterday. I saved the game at, say, midnight on the 30th of November. 29th of November. I played all day on the 30th. I got a crash towards the end of the day, went back to load back in, and boom, back to the original save from the day previous. It's just simply not good enough. I haven't continued the story mode because of the bugs in it. Yeah, I think the game may have a bright future, but the devs need to get their act together and stop relying on modders to polish their product for them. I'm sorry. They shouldn't have released this game, it's a load of shit. As I say, the game itself is good, but the mechanics of saves and the background and all the bugs and shit are just unforgivable at this stage. Rest in peace, Stalker 2. I'll come back to you in a few months.